The legions of the north have been mobilized against the Empire of Numenor. The new faction, the Orcs of the North, have been mobilized and are out. I'm excited to see this new faction. Apparently these Orcs are pretty damn strong. When I'm recording this is probably out much later because I am away at the moment. So when this has been recorded, the Orcs of the North have just come out. I haven't actually done a update video on them. I might have already done one. I don't know. Post-credit Pope will put something up about them, I'm sure. But yeah, Orc Butchers of Angmar, one of the new units. But yeah, I haven't done an update video, so I don't know how good these guys are yet. This is going to be my first impression of this faction. But I've been told these guys are pretty good. They're going to give the Orcs a bit of a bite in this last alliance mod, which is the Lord of the Rings mod for Shogun 2, if you're unaware. I will leave a link for it in the description if you've not got it and you're interested. It's a really good mod. Hats off to the dev, Sarah. She does an amazing job. It really, really does. I mean, it puts up stern competition, obviously, with Dawnless Days, both bringing out, like, Lord of the Rings mods for their own respective Total Wars. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at some of these units. I mean, the sounds like a lot of the Orc units have kind of got like armor stolen from various factions, mainly the dwarves. But yeah, we've got the Butchers here of Angmar. Look awesome, pretty heavily armored. Look like a bit of a mace unit by the looks of it, which is a thing, or like a hammer unit. You can see the hammer there. Yeah, these guys are pretty awesome. I think we've got a couple of Butchers here on this this front row. These are Skull Crushers over here though. And these are a double-handed unit, and these guys definitely have Dwarven armor going on, and that's a Dwarven hammer for sure. That's not any Orc hammer I've seen before. But yeah, so these guys look pretty awesome as well. Very vulnerable to archers, I'm sure. Already taking a few losses there in the back lines. And then what else have we got here? We've got Orc Hunters of Ered Mithrin. So yeah, Ered Mithrin, obviously you might know that. That's like near the Blue Mountains. So I guess maybe, I don't know geographically where these guys are going to be. Again, this is like, Pope's not had a look yet at this faction. I've literally just been checking out this, downloaded this mod, well, this version, and checking out this faction for the first time. But yeah, I mean, these, they might do okay. I think they're, maybe the Orc Archers. Where are the Orc Hunters? These are Java unit? I think the Orc Hunters, maybe? I honestly have no idea. I can't really tell what's going on there. But Orc Stormband, I think these guys we've seen before, they're in various different factions. Yeah, the Orc Hunters, they seem like a Java unit. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think we've seen any real Java units yet in Dawn States. Do quote me, don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. Do please tell me if I am. We've got Orc Bodyguard here before. I think we've seen these guys before. They're no different to some of the other Orc factions. Orc Archers as well, nothing new there. But yeah, we've got a few new units, and we also have some Wargs over here. I don't know if these are new, and I don't know if they're improved, but we have the Orc War Wargs of Mount Graham. So yeah, they're definitely a new unit. And hopefully these guys have got a bit of a kick to them. I really do hope so. The battle has just about got underway as well. Numenor and the Orcs have engaged over here. We've got Numenorean spears holding the front lines here against these what are they called? The Skull Crushers. I've got to learn these new names now. That's the thing. With every new faction means a new challenge for me to learn names. These are the Butchers, if I remember correctly. These guys on the front line. So they're up against armored swords. We've got all sorts of them. We've got armored swords, yeah. We've got the Numenorian Faithful, which are now an axe unit. I think they always were an axe unit. But they're a solid axe unit. You can see them here. If you don't know that's the unit, it's this one here, waving their axe around. They will hold for a long, long time. Top tier axe unit there. And what is going on over here? Combat even, yeah, against the Numenorian spears. That kind of makes sense. I feel like the spears can probably hold the line for a while, but eventually these hammers will break through. But yes, if you're enjoying the last Alliance action and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new on here. Oh my gosh, the fire arrows coming in do damage to these Stormband. Jeez, look at that! It's like Armageddon over here. My gosh, who's firing? It's just basic Numenorian archers. Nothing insane, but the accuracy they got is damn good. And they're killing a lot of these guys. They're down to 220 from 220. Shock infantry over here, Numenorian shock infantry. These guys have a big double-handed sword that just like to wave around. You might be able to see it there. They're fighting in the front lines here. Killing some Orc Stormband, who are also waving their big double-handed axe around. Looks like over here, the first ones that look like they're going to give way are the Skull Crushers. Oh, it's because Numenorian's got a bit of a flank going on here. Yeah, they flanked around with their armored swords here, getting in behind the Orc lines. And the Orcs are pretty good. I feel like that they are like easy to kill. Put it like that. They usually have numbers as well, so that'll be a big thing. I'm interested to see what they're going to be like in campaign if they just spam out armies. But yeah, they certainly don't like morale. Like they're not good with morale when they're being flanked. But it does seem like those Orc archers making these armored swords pay for flanking. The wargs yet to commit. Where are? Although very wide. They are very wide. I think they're going to come for these archers. But yeah, you got armored. You got the sorry, not armored. The heavy spearmen here, which always remind me of the Fountain Guard. They are protecting the flank. But I think the wargs are just going to keep on going around them. Whether that will work, I don't know. But we have actually got shock infantry dying over here. I think that's because of these archers, or the Orc hunters, I should say, getting in there. They're doing a lot of Javi damage, it seems. We have got Numenorians as well, Numenorian heavy infantry. They're getting in against the Orc hunters. Orcs taking a bit of an early... well, Numenorians taking an early lead. The Orcs taking a bit of an L at the moment, let's put it like that. With their infantry breaking. But it might return, some of it might return. Numenorians on this, on their... left, the Orc right, they need to really work this. Orcs in the center look like they're doing pretty well. Arthrazon is here, by the way, if you've never seen Arthrazon before. If you've seen the Rings of Power series, he's in that. And he's a big pike unit, which is also pretty good in melee, and they're in gold armor. You can't really miss them, unless they're in the shade like this. Then you could. But yeah, there's a few of the golden boys. He is known as like the golden one. Has the golden guard. Yeah, the wargs right now in behind. They need to do some good rear charges. I got told that Cav is still pretty effective, and it kind of showed in previous videos. So hopefully the wargs are just as good. They've done a pretty good charge there. That was good. Doing a lot of damage. Yeah, the Numenor Faithful losing because of that charge. A good rear charge as well on the armored spears there. Hopefully. I wonder whether taking out the archers would be worthwhile, because these wargs are dropping quite quickly. They're down to 75 already. So armor is clearly not a thing. We have got armored swords over here that have overstretched, evidently, and they are dying to Orc archers. A good rear charge over here from the wargs, helping supporting their hunters against these heavy infantry. I can't imagine that these Javis are going to hold for long in a fight against very heavy infantry. The left flank for the Orcs, though, looking very good right now. The Stormband flanking around over here. They've also got their hunters engaged. But they're fighting the archers back here. And these archers, they're just pretty basic archers. They're better than, like, the trash ones. They're, like, standard archers, but they're not good in melee, put it like that. One of the big problems for Numenor, or like the Empire Numenor, is they don't really have cav. So those wargs are going to be able to run around and cause some havoc. And they are doing some damage to these archers. And this warg unit here is repeatedly charging. And they've also managed to surround some units over here. Have the wargs. Some armored swords here breaking. Another unit not looking great. I hope these wargs have really good like melee attack, because it would then balance out, because it's both it's the mount and the infantryman is like charging you. Or maybe they have really good like charge bonus, I don't know. To kind of like balance that out. Because the wargs, I mean, like that's the great thing about a warg. Both the mount and the guy fight. It's not like it's a horse. The horse doesn't fight anyway. It might kick someone occasionally, but it's not going to bite someone's head off like a warg will. But yeah, if you've got any last alliance battles that you thought you want to send in and have featured on the channel, feel free to do so. This is one of my subs battles that he sent in. Ellen, who sends in a lot of replays for Last Alliance. I really do appreciate it. I do love these videos. They are really epic. We need to get some bigger ones going on, so like some 3v3s and 4v4s. I'm looking forward to the day that is a thing. I'm gonna have to try and organize some myself one day. But yeah, some bigger battles would be even better. I mean, it would be great to see like a huge Orc horde assault like a tiny Elven army, or a tiny like Elven and Numenorian army. Would be great to see. But yeah, seems like the armor spears, they're losing decisively, but they keep seeming like they're forcing back those butchers at least. But yeah, Numenor are not in a great space right now, losing a lot of men. Balance power is still pretty even though. They can turn this around still. All they got to do is rout a few Orcs, and they'll probably start a chain route. Over on this side though, yeah, the Numenorians seem to get isolated at the moment, and they really need to deal with these wargs. Seems like the wargs are finally realized that they need to kill the archers if they want to have their chance of surviving, because that's what's killing them right now. It doesn't seem like the spears are doing too much, and they're just avoiding them. They have got a lot of elite units of the Numenorians, like the heavy infantry. They're just out of the fight. They're just protecting the rear lines right now. So even though the balance power is even, could you say it's not? Because a lot of their units are out of the fight, just protecting rears and flanks. Another charge there, really good. And you can see morale goes down to like yellow for those archers. The general is in here. If they can kill the Orc general, he's down to 71 or 74 men. They can kill him. That will do a lot of damage to Orc morale. Obviously, they need a leader to keep fighting. They don't have one. They will break. I like how this unit's routed, but they're holding the line. It's the Numenorian attitude. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right there. Orc hunters over here coming over. I mean, the Cav is dying now, or the Wargs, I should say. They're down to 17. I don't know what went wrong there. But yeah, this unit is beat. And there you go, it breaks. So there you go. Numenor maybe down one less problem, but they still got a fairly healthy Warg unit. This one's at half strength. They're still charging and still killing plenty of Numenorians, that is for sure. Oh, jeez, there you go. Blood splattering around. It's a shame it's not black blood for those Orcs. That would be pretty cool. I don't think it's doable, but it'd be a cool little asset if you could add that in. Yeah, the Orcs over here are still victorious. These Stormband doing a pretty good job along with the Butchers. Actually, I think the Stormband might have just broke. But yeah, the Butchers still doing a good job. It's still healthy as well in a lot of areas. But yeah, they need to deal with this cavalry. I don't know whether the hunters can deal with them. Sorry, not cavalry, archers. Whether the hunters can deal with them, I don't know. We'll see Javies versus... Let's see a Javi throw here. There you go. That seemed like it did a pretty decent amount of damage. I saw a fair few Numenorians drop there. I feel like the rate of fire, though, is in favor of the Numenorians. But the damage done is definitely in favor of those Javies back there. They throw another Javi volley. Oh, that's the Javi volley. Yeah, see a few more dropping. Rip in peace, rip in peace. And there you go. I think Arthrazon may have died, or he's just died from army losses. But that is Numenor done. I think the Orcs just surrounded a lot of units and just killed them off slowly, bit by bit. There you go. A costly victory for the Orcs of the North. So yeah, the Orc units, they're pretty good, and this Orc faction looks like it's going to pack a punch that's going to be able to take on the forces of good, because that was one of the problems I feel like at the time. I feel like Mordor, still pretty good. I think it can do damage, but I've seen it lose a lot to Numenor and the Elves. So I feel like either they need a buff, which I think they might have got one as well in this update. Orcs generally got an update and a buff along with a new faction. But so hopefully Mordor, I'll see them in a few replays, and hopefully they'll pack a bit more of a punch and give Numenor a bit more of a closer game, because obviously Mordor is going to be one of the big bad allies, along with I think Empire of Numenor. So yeah, hopefully these guys can do some decent damage in things like campaigns, because I want to see Mordor sprawling out and nearly conquering the Last Alliance map, and then the Last Alliance forming and pushing them back. It would be great to see. But yeah, I mean, actually, Ellen didn't bring much of a large army. And the Orcs, I mean, you can as good still field large armies. 3,000 men Jon Snow brought there as Numenor. Did a very good job. Ellen, yes, only brought a few more, but maybe he sacrificed numbers for quality. I don't know. But he lost a lot of men. Both sides did. So yeah, well done to both players. Jon Snow, at one point I thought he had it when he broke through on that left flank, or Numenor's left flank. But yeah, just kind of maybe overcommitted and got his men killed to archers. But it's kind of hard, because it's like, do I charge? I die to archers. If I don't charge, I die to archers in that scenario. Orc Stormband here, though, getting the most kills. 363 kills. I didn't think they were the standouts, but I guess maybe because they were on the flanks, they just didn't take as much of the hits in the center as like things like the Skull Crushers and the Butchers did. But yeah, Wargs of Mount Graham getting the second most and third most kills, 267 and 207 kills. So it proves that Cav, when used well, is good. Orc Hunters as well, a Javi unit getting 204 kills. Shows these Javis are going to be pretty damn good, and they were fighting Numenorians, so good units. Orc Skull Crushers of Gundabad getting 198 kills. The first Skull Crusher unit getting nearly 200 kills, some pretty good kills there. Orc Archers also doing well, 187. Butchers there getting 164 is the best of them lot. Orc Bodyguard 149. Obviously, big thing is to take out the Orcs General, then you're going to really make them struggle in those games. Orc Executioners, yeah, we've seen them before. They did okay, nothing insane. And then we have Jon Snow down here. Numenor in Heavy Infantry getting 287 kills, the best unit there. His Numenor in Faithful, which he also had his gold chevron, my gosh, getting 248 kills. 241 kills for his Numenor in Archers. They did do a good amount of damage to units, including those Wargs. The Armored Swords getting 183. They're pretty solid, but they're nothing insane, these Armored Swords. The Numenor and Faithful are the big hitters when it comes to melee infantry. Numenor in Spears, 107 kills. Shock Infantry, yeah, really had a rough day. I don't know if these guys were really worth bringing in. 60 kills. They didn't really do a lot. I think they were one of the weaker areas in his army. And his Ar-Pharazôn getting 70 kills. I feel like I've seen this a lot with Ar-Pharazôn, dying quite a lot and getting not many kills. But he does hold for a long time, which I guess is payoff. He is a pike unit, I guess, as well, so he does disrupt the battle line. But there you go, guys. That is today's Last Alliance battle. I hope you did enjoy. Do remember, leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.